Have you ever wondered how many types of fish there are in the world? Well, get ready to embark on a fascinating journey beneath the waves, where we'll meet some of the most wonderful and, dare I say, fish-tastic creatures of the deep blue sea. Our adventure will take us through the mesmerizing diversity of fish species, from the smallest goby to the largest whale shark. We'll examine the unique body parts that make fish such proficient swimmers, and we'll learn about their varied diets. Who knew fish could be such picky eaters? Ever wondered how fish breathe underwater? We're going to delve into that too. And of course, we can't forget about the fun facts that will make you the star of your next trivia night. So strap on your snorkels and flippers because we're about to dive deep into the fascinating world of fish. Did you know there are over 33,600 known species of fish? That's right. From the tiniest creatures you can barely see to the gigantic ones that can make your jaw drop, the world of fish is teeming with an incredible variety of life. Let's take a dive into this underwater world and discover the different types of fish that call the ocean, rivers, and even some of the most secluded ponds their home. Now, if you're picturing a fish, you're probably thinking of something that's about the size of your hand, right? But fish come in all shapes and sizes. On the smaller end of the scale, we have the tiny guppy, a fish that's barely an inch long. Despite their small size, guppies are known for their vibrant colors and patterns, making them a favorite among aquarists. And then, on the other end of the scale, we have the whale shark, the largest fish in the world. Whale sharks can grow up to 60 feet long, that's longer than a school bus. But don't let their size scare you. Whale sharks are gentle giants, known for their slow-moving nature and peaceful approach to life in the sea. But it's not just the size that makes fish so diverse. It's also their shapes and colors. Some fish, like the slender pipefish, are long and thin, while others, like the disc-shaped moonfish, are wide and flat. And when it comes to color, fish truly are the artists of the animal kingdom. From the vibrant clownfish to the shimmering scales of the Siamese fighting fish, the underwater world is a riot of color. And let's not forget about the variety of places fish can live. From the deepest depths of the ocean to the highest mountain streams, fish have adapted to survive in a range of environments that would make any other animal's head spin. With such a wide variety, it's no wonder fish are one of the most diverse groups of animals on Earth. So the next time you see a fish, take a moment to appreciate just how unique and diverse these amazing creatures really are. Ever wondered what parts make up a fish? Well, let's dive into the fascinating world of fish anatomy, shall we? First off, let's look at the fins. Fish have several types of fins. There are the pectoral fins, which are like the fish's hands, helping them steer and stop. Then we have the pelvic fins, which help the fish to go up and down. The dorsal fin on the top keeps the fish stable, and the anal fin beneath does the same job. And of course, there's the tail or caudal fin, which is the powerful engine that propels the fish forward. Next, let's talk about gills. They're like the fish's lungs, but instead of breathing air, fish use their gills to breathe underwater. The gills extract oxygen from the water as it passes over them, allowing the fish to breathe. Cool, right? Now, have you ever noticed that fish are shiny? That's because of their scales. Scales protect the fish, almost like a suit of armor. They also help to reduce friction, making the fish more streamlined so they can swim faster. Each scale grows with the fish, creating rings just like a tree. Count the rings, and you can tell how old the fish is. And what about the fish's mouth? Fish have a variety of mouth shapes depending on their diet. Some have sharp teeth for catching and holding on to prey, while others have mouths designed for sucking up plants or filtering tiny organisms from the water. And finally, have you ever seen a fish blink? Probably not, because fish don't have eyelids. Instead, a clear layer of skin protects their eyes. This means fish can see even when they are sleeping. So, as you can see, fish are not just swimming creatures, they are complex beings with unique body parts. Each part of a fish has a special function that helps it to survive and thrive in its underwater world. Fish are truly fascinating creatures. Wouldn't you agree? Do fish only eat worms and small insects? Well, let's dive into the aquatic world and find out. Fish, just like us, have a variety of food preferences. Their diets can be as diverse as the types of fish themselves. Some prefer a good salad, some like a meaty meal, while others enjoy a bit of everything. Let's start with the herbivores, the vegetarians of the underwater world. These fish feast on plant material. They are the grazers and browsers of the sea, munching on algae, seagrass, and other aquatic plants. They've got specially designed teeth and digestive systems to break down plant matter, so no worms or insects for them. Then we have the carnivores, the meat eaters. These fish are the hunters of the deep. They may feast on other fish, crustaceans like crabs and shrimp, or even smaller creatures like plankton. Some have sharp teeth for tearing flesh, while others have wide, gaping mouths to swallow their prey whole. It's a bit more dramatic than munching on a salad, wouldn't you say? And then, we have the omnivores. These fish are the all-rounders, the buffet-goers, who enjoy both plant and animal matter. They eat a bit of this, a bit of that, keeping their options open. Their meals might include algae, small fish, insects, and even detritus, which is decaying plant and animal matter. Yum, or maybe yuck, depends on who's doing the eating. But do remember, just like us, fish don't eat all the time. They have feeding times, often at dawn and dusk, when they actively hunt or graze. The rest of the time, they're just chilling, swimming around and doing fishy things. So, the answer to our question is, no, fish don't only eat worms and small insects. Their diets are as varied as the colors of the rainbow. From plants to plankton, from small fish to shrimp, they eat it all. It's a veritable smorgasbord under the sea. So, just like us, fish also have their food preferences. How do fish breathe underwater without drowning? Now that's a puzzle, isn't it? But don't worry, our finned friends have got it all figured out. They breathe using a special part of their body called gills. Think of gills like lungs. But instead of extracting oxygen from the air, like we do, fish use their gills to pull oxygen straight out of the water. As water passes over the gills, oxygen in the water gets absorbed into the fish's bloodstream. At the same time, fish get rid of the carbon dioxide they don't need. It's a neat little exchange system, right? This incredible process allows fish to stay underwater indefinitely, breathing in and out without ever needing to come up for air. It's like they're constantly snorkeling but without the snorkel. So, next time you're watching fish swim, remember they're not just swimming, they're also breathing. Isn't it amazing how fish have adapted to live underwater? Ready for some fun fish facts? Let's dive in! Did you know some fish are real chameleons of the sea? That's right. Certain fish like the cuttlefish can change their color and even their shape to blend into their surroundings. It's their superpower, a way to hide from predators or to sneak up on their lunch. And speaking of tiny, have you ever wondered what the smallest fish in the world looks like? Well, it's the pedocypress. This teeny tiny fish is just the size of a grain of rice. Can you believe that? Or how about this? Some fish like the mola mola or ocean sunfish can weigh as much as a small car. That's a lot of fish. And here's a fun one. The parrotfish helps create sandy beaches by eating coral and excreting it as sand. So next time you're building a sandcastle, give a little thank you to the parrotfish. Who knew fish could be so fascinating and full of surprises? Time to test your fish knowledge. We've dived deep into the world of fish today, haven't we? We've swum through a sea of diversity, marveling at the many types of fish that call our oceans, rivers, and lakes home. We've explored the fascinating anatomy of fish, learning about their special body parts like gills, fins, and scales. We've discovered what our scaly friends like to munch on, and how they manage to breathe underwater. And of course, we've uncovered some fantastic fun facts about fish, making our journey all the more exciting. Now, it's time for a quick quiz. Do you remember what fish used to breathe underwater? What about the name of that colorful fish with the long, flowing fins? And can you recall one fun fact we shared about our water-dwelling pals?